What is up, ninjas? Gageo here with another Transformer review of New York Comic Con special edition exclusive repaint of Transformers Prime Bumblebee. Yeah, very nice. Basically what we have here is Transformers Prime Bumblebee repainted and redecorated into an awesome New York City taxi. Take his gun off. His little motor, Autobot symbol, and some checkered pattern up here. Nice blue headlights. Nice checker pattern in New York City taxi. Rear is kind of dull, but it still has red taillights, which is good. Could have left those blank. Silvery paint on the rims, and so on and so forth. Very nice toy, and a reasonable size. Compare him to one of the Dark of the Moons. Hold on. As you can tell, he's actually just a little bit shorter than the Dark of the Moon. Just a little bit, but he definitely is a lot wider than the Dark of the Moon, as you can tell. So there's that. He does come with his little firearm too, that will clip onto him. Yeah, I mean, basically the car mode is great. Have a kind of translucent windshield. Very nice. So let's get transformed into this guy. Now he's kind of like he's different. So what you want to do is you want to start by unpegging these doors from the inside and pushing inward, and then just kind of stretching his legs out. You get his legs disconnected and kind of pull them down like so. Flip this panel down, bring the whole body forward. Now, this part's kind of weird because it's all just kind of jammed up in there, and I was having a hard time putting it back together because I kind of forgot how I took it apart. But basically, you unpeg these little clips on the side here. They'll come unpegged. You take his arms and you pull them down, and they'll pop out. You take his other arm, pull it down, it'll pop out. Separate the top of the car, and this does peg in really well. Fold these down, fold that down. That's part of it. Now, what you do next is you want to, in here, this is clipped in, so you just kind of pull down and out, and that'll unclip those. That'll separate his chest more. This will go up. Now what you want to do with this is, it's really cool how it works. You just kind of flip this around, then you flip the top piece with the Autobot symbol on it around, and that will fold back down. And there's a little peg in there that will meet right there, and it will close his chest. So there you go. Now, just fold that back up so that'll cover the black part. And then underneath the hood, there's like a little peg, and those little pegs will clip into the little snotches right there. But we will wait on that because we will go to his feet real quick. So what you do is just basically flip out his foot and pull on it. And that'll bring his shin out. And then you can just kind of fandango his feet however you like it. When I was looking at the instructions, they didn't really say anything particularly how this goes. So if you pretty much just get it straight enough, it'll work. And there are a lot of other reviewers who actually went to the time and extremes of figuring out how his feet are. So that's whatever. I mean, you know, you can pretty much just have it however you like it, and it will work. He will have nice feet. Then for his arms, you just kind of flip this up. This will peg into the rim, and that flip forward. And there's one of his arms. You just do the same thing on the other side. Just flip that over. Peg will go into the rim. Just rotate his arm. And this is kind of cool because this rotates in here, as well as that rotates on the ball joint. So it's kind of it kind of stinks sometimes because it's like, that wants to rotate and that wants to rotate at the same time. But if you mess with it a little bit, it'll work just fine. So basically now we'll peg his chest in properly. So we'll just get that hooked in there. And it doesn't really peg in very well on mine, like 100%, but it gets in there good enough so it'll hold. You kind of just spread out his chest, and there you have it. Transformers Prime, Le Bumblebee. Very awesome looking Bumblebee. Totally show accurate. Definitely like this thing. Oh yeah, and his gun. His gun just has a little peg there, and that will slip right into his arm. Very securely too. So it's not like this guy is a pile of crap. Now, originally when I was looking at these Transformer Prime toys, I noticed Bumblebee I thought was probably going to be the worst model to have because of just the way it transformed, how it looked. It's kind of goofy, you know. But in all reality, after I took it out of the box and played with it, stared at it, played with it, and stared at it some more, I cannot say anything bad about this other than there are just some minor things wrong with it. There's, you know, the pegs that don't clip in on the shoulders, and just his arm. This side doesn't clip in as much as this side, so this side pops out a lot as far as like that fender goes. But overall, I mean, it's a really nice toy. I definitely like it. It's very reminiscent of the Prime figure minus the whole New York City taxi cab and so on and so forth. He does have kind of this monkey kind of, you know, this monkey ape kind of feel to him, but in all reality, when you go back and watch Transformers Prime, that's actually how he kind of just looks. He's got that just big beefcake feel to him, like huge chest, tiny hips, and big feet. So I can't really actually complain about that. And in all reality, this does not make him look like a monkey. It just makes him look really badass, like he's gonna just mess something up. So like I said, the only gripe I really have is kind of just the arms. They're kind of, ooh, I don't like them that much. But then again, you know, these humanoid-like robots that they're doing, because arcee is very humanoid in her figure. Same thing with Bumblebee, very humanoid-like figure. I can understand how it's going to be very, very, very hard to make these toys transform and look show accurate at the same time. So kudos to Hasbro for doing this, because they definitely nailed the bullseye on these Transformer Prime figures. And even the other figures that I have been looking at, like Cliff Jumper, and the other ones like Starscream, and Megatron Prime himself, arcee, and Wheeljack, and a few others. I mean, Bulkhead. They all look great. They all look very, you know, accurate to the show. They don't look like crap. They specifically Bulkhead. He actually looks like his vehicle from the show. He doesn't look like a piggy bank from like animated, and he doesn't look stupid like he does from animated. And I don't care if you guys like animated. I didn't like it. They were too cartoony, but this isn't too cartoony for me. This is actually perfect. This is the perfect mix between cartoony and serious, you know. So I mean, I definitely like that. He has a little light piping, but it's kind of dark. So I mean, it does work. You know, you can get a little light piping out of him, and it does work. But other than that, just alone, he looks great. Really nice. So I definitely recommend picking up at least the Bumblebee mold. Maybe if you can't swing the money for this particular one, I wouldn't try to. But if you can find the original Bumblebee mold, I'm pretty sure it looks identical to this, except for just the New York taxi stripes. So like I said, this is Gajo with a review. At the end, I'll get you close-ups as usual. And hopefully I'll bring out arcee too to play with as well, guys. Thanks so much for watching. This is Gajo with a review. Peace out.